No, no, no. This isn't how it's supposed to be. I just need more time, more materials. Yeah, it'll only take a bit, just a little bit more. Ah! Oh, you startled me. I thought you were... I didn't hear you up here. Yeah, I was working, as usual. Why were you waiting for me out here? Lunch. Well, I already explained how this goes. Leave it out here. I'll get to it eventually. No need to make a fuss. Join you? Sorry, darling. You know what I've said. I can't waste any unnecessary time on pointless gestures. Yeah. I know I've been rude as hell as usual. Do you know where my wallet is? Never mind. Found it. Can you repeat that? Sammy was asking if we've seen a stupid cat again. Sorry, I forgot how sensitive you are. No, of course, I haven't seen that little thing. Why would a cat be down in my space? That's such a stupid, silly thing to ask. It wanders outside at night, like how all cats do. It must have run away far from here. I guess nothing we could really do. Say, I'm gonna borrow a few bills from you. I'll pay you back once I'm done with my project. Did anything interesting happen today? Did you notice if there were any strange vans lingering around or anything unusual? Nothing. That's good. The only reason I brought that up is I need to make a quick supply run to the hardware store and maybe borrow some equipment from the local high school. And maybe if I have time, take a trip to the dump. I know what you're gonna say, and I promise I won't stink up the place like last time, but come on, that surgical table is gathering dust. Besides, you eventually got used to the smell of blood, so I don't know what happened to the previous occupant, but I thanked them for bleeding all over it, so I could have it. Now, if you'll excuse me. What is it? Is it because of that equipment from the school? As I've said, I'm not stealing anything. It's just that Dr. Miles was generous enough to lend me utilities for a fraction of the cost. You already know how underpaid the teachers are. Besides, it would be more useful than in the hands of those brats. Now, I really best be going. The store closes early today, and if I miss, I'll lose a day of progress. What? What could you be possibly asking me this time? Quit stuttering and spill it out already. I don't have all day. Wait, is that what you wanted to ask me? A date? Oh, it has to be some kind of joke, right? Right? So, you're telling me all this nagging, blocking the door, asking all sorts of questions was all to ask if I wanted to go out on a date? If I wanted to waste my valuable time going out somewhere? Do you have any idea how close I am right now to completing this month of hard work? Everything I've done is about to pay off. And you want to ask me to drop all this for dinner? You're silent right now. What happened to your earlier remarks, huh? The ones that tell me I need to leave the basement, get away from my work, that I should focus on finding a new job or in some sort of university, or join a research project of people experimenting on frogs. It's one thing for the government to cut my funding for my work because they don't believe in me, but to hear your own partner say it, that's even more of a betrayal. Is that what you see in me? A failure? Look, I know I haven't been present lately, but this is more important than anything right now. I promise when this is finished, things will be different. But right now, I can't stop. Anyways, that's exactly what I need to go. I'm missing a few components, and just something to tether it all together. I should reach there on time. It'll be a quick run. Hey, stop looking at the basement door like that. You weren't planning on going down there, right? You know our agreement. No matter what you do, you absolutely do not go down there. Ever. Good, I was worried for a second. You know, I don't want you to get yourself hurt, right? I can't do much about you. And who knows what a clumsy person like you could do going down there. There are all sorts of wires and doohickeys around. I will be back in a bit, darling. I mean what I said. Do not go downstairs. Log entry 1. They shut down the project today. I can't believe it. They shut it down like that? They cited that it took too much funding from the robotics department. The machines could be more easily controlled, they said. Less unstable, they said. If only they had let us finish the final phase. They could have gotten the perfect creature they designed, but here's the work. My work, thrown away because the board got nervous. All of my co-workers went their separate ways. I was even offered a new job, but I refused. Sure, the money was good, but I don't do this for the money, but for the recognition, to get my name out there and be worth something. I tried to convince them, my co-workers, my boss, even a damn board. They said it was all hopeless, to just let it go, but they're wrong. They don't see what I saw. I was on the grasp of something great, something that would rival the very heavens themselves. And if none of them would assist me, then I shall do it myself. I just need to figure out how. Log entry 4. I have successfully reassembled most of the equipment I used from the lab. Dr. Miles was generous enough to lend me a few things from the school. That leaves the more expensive stuff. I surely won't be able to find those in the school lab. I could try searching depths for parts, but I would have to make it to do with what I have. I just need to find some test subjects. I've decided to stay down here full time. Every time I can try to sleep away, even for a few hours. It doesn't stop. I can't focus on anything else. All I can see is the date, the moment a tissue responded. I know that it sounds unhealthy, that's exactly what the board said too, but they didn't witness it. They didn't see the cells regenerating in seconds. They didn't see the damaged tissue rewrote itself into something else. The longer I stay away from it, the worse it gets. It's like an itch. I can't scratch. So the most logical solution, I shall adapt. I already moved most of what I needed to down here. Cot, burner, wet wipes. I admit the sanitation still needs work, but sacrifices have to be made for progress. My partner is concerned. They keep asking me to come upstairs to take a break, but they don't understand. I should be grateful to have someone who cares about my well-being, though I should have started locking the door. If they saw what happened down here, they would try to stop me, and I can't let that happen. Who knew cats could be so dangerous? But I finally got them. The few of their claws struck at me. Ow. It took longer than expected, but I prefer not to repeat the experience, so I tried making a sedative. Sharp little devils. They managed to swipe across my arm. But they won't get what's coming, and soon, right after I stop the bleeding. Ow. I best throw these collars soon. I hope little Sammy doesn't miss them, because pretty soon, these two won't be ordinary cats much longer. Ow. Log 11. One of the subjects reacted faster than I originally expected. The tissue accelerated almost immediately after injection. At first, it looked promising. Then it escalated. The muscle density increased beyond previous predictions, and the skeletal structure started to reinforce itself to sustain the body. And the aggression. I've never seen an animal behave so primal. I had to terminate the subject before it broke through the enclosure. The second one is still alive, so hopefully it is more successful. I just need to adjust the dosage before the next trial. Log 12. I had to terminate the second subject. Just like the first one, it became unstable. The mutation accelerated too far and escaped the cage. It explained to my partner that it was stomping on rats. Luckily, they bought it. I just don't get it. This was a big issue back in the lab. Could it be the quality of the subjects? The money in my savings account decided to dwindle. My partner keeps suggesting I work part-time, but that simply won't do. I need to give it everything I have into this project. The margin of error has been larger than it has ever been, and just being away for an hour could be catastrophic. I requested access to their bank account, which was difficult, but after a few days of convincing them, they eventually gave in. We simply just had to make a budget for them. It's wonderful how much money you save from not eating out. With finances secured, I could work on building a small containment unit, where it would be much easier to conduct experiments and produce less noise. Things in my home life has been difficult. My partner keeps asking more and more every day what I'm doing down here. Can I please come out and can we eat dinner together? Stuff like that wastes my thin patience. I just wish they'd shut up. I know they think of me. They see me as a failure, just like my coworkers, just like my boss, and just like the board. But I don't need any of them. I will prove them wrong. I just need another test subject. Log 19. I've encountered a series of setbacks. The new subject I've gotten a hold of, a beagle, pug, 2 rats, a falcon, even the neighborhood raccoon, all ended up the same way. Thankfully, the new testing room has held up because they have become highly aggressive. I know why. They've begun the process of transformation. They feel the sensation of an instant. That, along with the speed of acceleration, is probably the most painful thing they've ever felt. All that rush of adrenaline, the fear, it's so beautiful. Back on the topic. I located another issue. The process makes their body unable to support themselves. Thus, they aren't able to survive once the procedure is complete. I've tried countless times to solve this, lower the dosage, or giving separate injections, and that it usually causes them to deform or go into a coma. The serum is incorrect. Did I not translate it correctly? Why can't things go right for once? I just need to figure out what's wrong. What's the missing link? Time is running out, and all I have to show is the dozens of small bodies. Small. I finally understood what went wrong. The previous subjects couldn't handle the strain, not because of the serum doesn't work, but because it was never meant to. Their bodies are far too small for the process to stabilize. The expansion overwhelms their bodies and adaptations can complete. Pop! That's why it failed back on the site. We only had rats, dogs, cats to work off. The board won't authorize anything larger, not without years of additional testing and approval. Years. And just when we got close, they shut it down. But the flaws was never in the formula, it was the host. A human body is the final component. A human system is complex enough to regulate the transformation, and it can interpret and change instead of rejecting them controlled. It will understand the process, yes. Yes! It was obvious the entire time. I was never able to obtain a human subject before. Ethic board's liabilities. They weren't concerned because of the budget, but terrified of what the research might become. But now, I'm free to do what I wish. I can finally complete the final stage of experiment. All that remains is, who shall be my final subject?
I was wondering how long it would take you. You were always curious.
I suppose a part of me knew you would come down here eventually. That's why I never bothered moving the recorder, so you could understand me. You should have listened when I told you to stay upstairs, but in a way, I'm glad you didn't. It just makes things easier. I now know who to pick. Hold still. I wouldn't want the Mr. Vanes to make a mess. It'll only take a second. There. Just relax. I was worried I'm gonna have to look for somebody else. I originated wanting to use Dr. Miles. His intellect alone would have made him a fascinating candidate for experiment, but I'm more use for him later to access equipment, opportunities for funding, people to show this to. And if this works, then this works. I'll need somebody capable of helping me bring it to the world. You're gonna fall on the floor. Come sit. Oh, don't look at me like that. I need to restrain you before the process starts. As you've heard, earlier subjects become feral, and I prefer not to have you clawing your way through the equipment. There we go. You're all set. Why, I already know about your physiology. How you handled stress the past few months has given me an excellent set of data. Every argument we had, every sleepless night you sat outside the door worrying about me, everything was calculated. Shh, don't cry. I wasn't doing this because I hated you. I needed to see if you would break. But you endured all my tests, the uncertainty, the isolation. Despite it all, you kept going through. You never gave up. Your body adapted and you proved that you are mentally resistant. That last one is the most important. It gives your mind something to grip onto while everything changes. To put it shortly, your body won't reject the process. You are the perfect subject. My perfect subject. You should be proud of that. You're going to help me achieve what no human has ever done before. I shall prove to the world that I'm not a failure they portray me as, and you'll see it firsthand. Now, just sleep, and when you wake up, everything for you will change. Now, let's see what you shall become.